Hello my friends, it's Tom with Weapons Education, and in this video we're going to talk about shotguns, in particular magazine fed, like AR type of 12 gauge shotguns or AK type of 12 gauge shotguns. Then we're going to talk about pump shotguns. I pulled a bunch out of the collection here. And we're going to talk about gas operated auto loaders. Okay, right now, let's preempt the video with everything that's happening in this world, in this country. The more power to you, the better, I say. The better. What I'm carrying around me, what I'm sporting here is, and I've shown you this in the past, is what's called a bandolier. But the ammo, you know, I say go big or go home. Because in this crazy world, I want as much power as I can have for self-defense, if it makes sense. So these are really hard to find. These triple-aught buck and by Remington, triple-aught buck. So that's what I keep these all loaded up, and the focus is I want your input on what type of shotgun do you have. I think it's a perfect home self-defense weapon. Maybe not with triple-aught buck, because I'm going to get a bunch of comments saying it can go through many walls in the house, this, that, and the other. So you can downsize the number. We're going to talk about different types of shotguns and which ones you like. I got a lot of cool stuff for us to look at. Now let's first start talking about magazine fed, and like I said earlier, AR type, AK type. I pulled a few out of the collection, and I'm going to tell you my least favorite. Not that it's bad, but it certainly is my least favorite. And then I'll tell you my favorite right here. This bad boy here. So let's see. This first least favorite is the Rock Island Armory magazine fed VR60. VR60 made in Turkey. My friend Josh is here. Thank you, Josh. Zoom in on this, and it looks beautiful and it's good. And maybe I just got to put more shells through it. But at the cost of shotgun shells, you really have to equate that into the equation of maybe you're just better up at getting a better quality shotgun in the beginning, so you don't have to figure out how to get this thing tuned up right to shoot well, which ammo it takes the best, and you don't want to go through $1,000 worth of shells before you figure out, all right, now I got it perfect. But I have been having problems with this Rock Island Armory VR60, and that's why I don't think I even did a video on this, because I'm just not excited about it. But it is a good format. So let's move up to another one I have here. Now this one's pretty badass, guys. This is the Iver Johnson, and it's a good price range. And I like the company Iver Johnson, the Striker. The Striker, Iver Johnson. Let me show you both sides of this. This is really a special shotgun, and I've had no problems with it. Well, when I say no problems, out of about 200 shells, maybe 2 misfeeds. To be honest, 1 out of 100, which still is not perfect, but it's for the money. This is a very good magazine-fed shotgun, 12 gauge, and it's got a monster punch. And this one I did do a video on, because this is a good shotgun. And you just got to get a bunch of magazines, get a bunch of everything right now at the timing of this video, guys. The more power to you. When I say that, I mean really get some high-end power. Because they're going to possibly diminish our ability to get these products like they're about to do in Delaware. Mark my words, the state of Delaware. So we don't want that to happen, but if it does, grab your stuff now. Grab this type of shotgun that is appropriate for you. Think of the muzzle. Zoom in on this. Holy God, you can, that's a skull fracture there, huh? Look at the sights on it. Really nice. This is a really nice Iver Johnson. It's called the Striker, and good company. Owner's name is Chad. He's a good guy. Personalized company, and I highly recommend the Iver Johnson. And it's not that expensive. I honestly, I forget the price. I think it was about $800 to $1,000. It's probably up to $1,000 now, or $1,200 maybe. But yeah, this thing can eat them up, and it's a good self-defense. It's good for hunting. You put your slugs through it. You can put your birdshot through it, and you're good to go. But now, of my collection, of these three I grabbed, this is my favorite. As far as a magazine fed, oh, it's a heavy one. It's got a lot of rounds here. This has got about a dozen rounds in this mag. Now, this is a Saiga 12. Saiga 12, made by Izhmash, Izhmash. And I modified it. I'm not going to go into all the modifications, but this thing is bringing in some pretty good money now. I see on Gunbroker some crazy prices. I've seen them for $2,000. I've seen them for $6,000. I've seen them for $10,000. Yeah, it's like anything else. If someone wants something bad enough, like artwork, that you would look at a piece of art and say, I wouldn't pay $100 for that, or someone else might pay $50,000 for it. This is kind of that type of shotgun. This has got a lot of people's eyes on this shotgun. I'm really glad I have it. I've had it about a decade now, and like I said, it's a Saiga 12 gauge by Izhmash, and this never fails on me. This thing this is near my bed, okay? This is really awesome. So you've got your magazine fed type shotguns. That's an option, right? We need a shotgun. Throw in your comments. What type of shotgun do you have? You need a shotgun for a lot of reasons. For hunting, self-defense, and sporting, and competition. Let's talk about, I have a guitar here. I'm going to play the guitar here in a moment. I'm only joking, but it's got an auto loader in it. It's a guitar case. We'll look at that here in a moment. But let's talk about pump shotguns, right? Good old classic pump shotguns. I grabbed a few of them here. Let's do that right now. Now, let's talk about the pump shotgun. Who owns a pump shotgun, right? Nothing like that sound. The reason why I'm starting out with this one is everyone needs a pump shotgun in your collection, in your house, for all needs. This is a Winchester Model 1200 Police 12 gauge 3-inch, and it's made out of proof steel. My very first shotgun I purchased during the very first week of the 3 different pistols and the shotgun that I purchased. I had a Smith 686 revolver, 357 Magnum I got, and then a week later I got a Colt Delta Elite 10 millimeter 1911, and then I got this baby. Now this used to be pistol grip, okay, which I'm not too fond of. So what I did was I added, and I did a video on this. This is the ATI stock, folding stock, and it's pretty sweet, right? So you get the best of both worlds. If you want your pistol grip, you got it. And if you don't, which I don't, I just open it up, and there you go. But this is really nice. If you can find one of these used somewhere on Gunbroker, I'll say the name again, the Winchester Model 1200, but it's got to be proof steel. This was on my boat for years when I lived on the west coast of Florida, and I'm talking when I was a kid, teenager, 19, 20 years old, left it on the boat in the salt water, the rain. We used to, but this thing has no rust on it, and it's just lasted the test of time. It's got, if you zoom in real close here, Josh, Tammy's with the kids, that's why she's not recording now. It's late at night here, and I appreciate my friend helping me. And we're all friends. We're all American patriots in this together. It takes a team effort to make a channel work. That's why I asked you to thumb up the video, share it with your friends, and help us get through everything we're going through in America right now. And us good people will pull together and stay together as quality and friends and look after each other if things don't go properly. But they will. Let's kind of hope. It doesn't look too hopeful now, but you gotta have really high-powered shotguns right now. You know, sorry, you just do. And get yourself trained and get used to this recoil on these puppies, because it is real. Recoil on these shotguns is real. So, and 12 gauge, of course, is not the only gauge. You can go lower gauges, but I like the 12 gauge. And I said, you know, get the triple op buck. Of course, you can always get different types of shells. That's what's so unique about shotguns. The shells, they have so many different types of shells. These white ones, these are slugs that open up like a flower. Really, really unique. But okay, now we're on this pistol grip pump. I forgot who makes this. People have asked me who makes this foregrip here. I don't remember. It's been so long ago. But now let's look at the next one. So I do love this. They all work. These the pump shotguns, they're not going to fail. They're not going to fail. The only person, I mean, the only thing that's going to fail is the person. Now this is a Mossberg. Okay, Mossberg here. This is the 500, right? Yeah. And remember, this was above my head in my other studio for like 5 years. Pistol grip. I'm just not fond of the pistol grip, only because realistically, and you know, it's rare, but it could happen. And I know a lot of range owners where they tell me about the accidents that happen at their ranges, and they say they won't even allow pistol grips in their ranges no more, because people, they go like boom, and then the gun comes up 2 inches every shot, boom, boom, and then they hit themselves in the face with the gun. Now, if you're under pressure, and you can break your jaw, you can break your teeth, you can break your nose, a lot of bad things can happen. So, you know, and then tough guys say, "Oh, I can handle these pistol grip, 12 gauges, no problem." All right, fine. Put a folding stock and give yourself the option. I'm putting a folding stock on this, same one that's on that I mentioned. Oh, and by the way, the slings that I use, these are, I gotta mention him, he's a good guy. Larry Vickers? Larry's his first name, right, Josh? Yeah, yes. Blue Forest Gear, okay? These are good slings. Have nothing to do with it, nothing to do with them or nothing. They're expensive, I'll say that. And but I've got about 30, 40 of them, so at least. So that's all I use for slings. Now, what other pump shotguns do I have here? This is a cool design. I like this one a lot. And what's cool about this one, this is the turkey gun, the Mossberg. What's cool about this is you've got this massive rubber butt on it, which is great for recoil. And you've got your grip, you've got your stock, you've got everything really well well designed, ergonomic, I should say. And another great pump shotgun, and this is called the Mossberg turkey gun. You want to go shoot some turkeys? Of course, you can use it for whatever reason you want. Great gun. Never failed me once. Now, the most recent, either the Ivor Johnson or this is the most recent to the collection. This Winchester, this is SXP Marine. It's not the proof steel like I showed you on the earlier shotgun I showed you. But it's got really high-end steel that will not rust. So this is good for boating. This is good like where I live in the Boca Raton area, Palm Beach by the ocean, doing boating and stuff like that. It's not going to rust. So that's hence the word marine. And the SXP, you can get a kit I forget the name of the kit. Do you remember the name of the kit? No? Okay. Well, it comes, I think it's 5 or 6+1, but you can extend it to 7 or 8+1. You look into that.
I think it goes up to 9. 9. Yeah.
9, yeah, 8+1. So, but yeah, you can easily just a couple of clicks and figure that out. Who makes that product to help you put more shells? Because I want the maximum amount of shells in my tubes. Right now, let me show you my favorite shotgun and my favorite setup. Of course, designed by John Browning. Let's get into that right now. A gas-operated auto loader. Yes, this is an FN SLP I just pulled out of this guitar case. Pretty smooth way to carry, right? This is really a nice rugged case, and it's on wheels. I did a video on how I cut this out with an electric turkey cutter, and it's harder than it looks because you got to do everything upside down, backwards, and inverted, and there's multiple layers of foam, blah blah blah. And then it fits in there it barely fits, but it fits. But this thing is the tank. So this is my favorite type of shotgun. If you can afford a good gas-operated autoloader, and I'll tell you about some others here that are available on the market right now. But first, let's start with the FN SLP, which unfortunately is not on the market anymore. And I don't want to say I told you so, but I did, I know there's a lot of new people on the audience, right, who watches, and they can't see all my 800 videos. But time and time again, I did say, get the FN SLP. It's like almost too good to be true. It's military grade. It's a tank. And I've disassembled this. I've cleaned it. I've shot it. It just never misfeeds. It's just so perfect. Everything about this is perfection. And but they don't make these anymore. So maybe you can find them on Gunbroker. About a month ago, I saw a brand new one on there somehow. Someone had a brand new one still. This is really, really a sweet package. So this is my favorite shotgun type. Also, for me, my personal favorite is this FN SLP because it's what I own. Gas operated, total of 9 rounds. And they're looking at pushing shotguns to go to 2+1s. That's pretty scary stuff. So let's not even get nauseous and think about that. If you can, with these terrible times we're in, with everything happening, with your people's funds, and I feel so much for everybody, but you really need to get a good shotgun. I tell people, you get your priorities, you got your family, you got your religion, your God, you got your career, And you gotta protect a lot of that with your firearms while they're available. And the more power to you. Get yourself a good 12 gauge. We talked about a number of different types. Let's talk about different types of autoloaders that are on the market that I didn't mention because I don't own them. And I looked up, and I know everyone's going to bring up the Beretta 1301. They make a whole bunch of them. The Tactical Marine, this one, that one, the other one. And yeah, that's a good 12 gauge. They're 5+1, but I believe you can extend that tube to hold more rounds. So don't hold that up against me if you can't figure out how to make that tube hold more rounds, but that's up to you to figure out, and it's up to your state laws. But they're about $1,600, and everyone gives them 5-star reviews. So at the timing of this video, the shotgun to get of all shotguns for $1,600, the best of the best, I think, right now is the Beretta 1301. The Beretta 1301. And they're easily available. And, shells are not inexpensive by no means. But that's part of when you buy a gun. You got like 5 different things. It's better than buying a boat, by the way. When you buy a boat, you got to spend like $500,000 on crap, and then another $500,000 in service and headaches. Well, with our infatuation with firearms and love for firearms and the Second Amendment and self-protection, self-defense, it's about $1,600 for the shotgun, and then you're going to need about, I would say, a good 3,000 shells. Add up the amount of money that cost. Get some quality shells. You need a sling. You need a case, and you're going to need a bandolier. These are they're not much money. They're for the quality of these, $800. Go to Weapons Education Holsters. The link is below. And there's the website, Weapons Education Holsters. These are a must-have. And I'm fortunate that a movie did pick it up and they're using it. So, but for you, it's really a good bargain because it's a great way to carry your shotgun ammo and not feel the weight. And instead of carrying it in a heavy case and things like that, just too much. And another really cool shotgun you may want to look at is the IWI Taver. Okay, the Bullpup. Bullpup. Well, we have to have fun. 12 gauge shotgun, 15 rounds, and this is it's a trick system where you spin those tubes 1, 2, 3, and check that out. Look it up. It's the IWI Taver 12 gauge bullpup. You'll find them on GunBroker, all the different versions. They're only 18.5 inches. And really trick. So that's another good option. And I want to know what you think. What shotgun do you have? What shotgun do you want? I think the shotgun you should buy right now is the Beretta 1301. If the Beretta 1301 was available alongside the FN SLP, which the FN SLP, like I said, is obsolete now. They don't make it. I would say get the FN. But now we're left with the Beretta, which is still a great option. So go ahead and get your Beretta 1301 and you got your great gas-operated autoloader. My name is Tom, your friend and host, your American Patriot, and we're gonna pull together. We're gonna fight, and we're gonna be good Americans. Thank you, my friends. I care about all of you. Thumbs up, as always. Bye-bye.